bunch of fucking duds and pigs. Fuck all of you. Just the sheriff's department now. Fuck each and every one of you. If someone at my fucking job murdered somebody, I'd quit. That's just me. Oh yeah, that's funny, right?
When we talk about the police,
it's gonna be in textbooks in 15 years and it's gonna say, fascist fucking pig. And you'll smile, you fucking bitch.
I honestly feel bad for you. I feel bad. This is what your, what day is it? Thursday? This is what your Thursday night looks like, fascism. You can go home and eat a little bit of SS, Gestapo. This is some bullshit. This is fascism, plain and simple.
Do you make more than Deputy Vega or less? He makes like $190,000 a year, all told. So more or less. That's more money than I make.
The definition of fascism is forcible suppression of opposition. What does this look like to everyone? This is some bullshit, that's right. Don't damage his personal property, because we know how much you fuckers love personal property. You value property over lives.
That's
Start
right.
acting like it with everyone. Come on, now be consistent with your fascism. This neighborhood is triggered. And they're not triggered because we're here. They're triggered because you're pointing shit at us. Because you're using your sound cannon. And because you like violence. This is a peaceful protest. This is a peaceful protest. And look at you, overreactionary fascists.
Cowards!
Some of you aren't even wearing masks. How about that? What's your name? You're not wearing a mask. Why is that?
Smiley, where's your mask?
Yeah. Why aren't you wearing a mask? Look at him. Get his badge number. He's not wearing a mask.
Hey, Smiley! Hi! Fuck you for not wearing a mask, you
Over there, that short dude over there is not wearing a mask either. Look at you. Look, hey, wave at me, real quick. You're not wearing a mask. Shotgun?
Officer Lee, how do you feel about this piece of shit not wearing a mask and endangering everyone's lives?
How about that 6 feet, huh? These buddies over here are standing right next to each other. Dimple, line, face, and ass. Where is your mask, please? Where is it? Did you leave it at home? You should go get it. Well, wait here. I'll hold your spot in line. You can go get it if you want to. But I know you don't want to because you don't give a shit about public health. And in fact, this is a public health risk, what you're doing. You're putting people on a bus right next to each other. Sometimes no mask. How about that, huh? That's a public health risk. Hey, get these fascists out of your home, huh? You cool with fascism? How many of these officers did you elect, huh? These are not representatives. You don't need to lick their boots.
Your kids are going to grow up and read in textbooks that you're a bunch of fucking Nazis. They're gonna fucking hate you.
we have some hecklers across the street. We have some hecklers across the street. Six officers move in to arrest one of the last 3 remaining protesters. They're chanting over there, give the cops a raise. Well, the fact is that the police don't make they don't make as much as the average. They're working for these rich capitalists who are making millions and millions of dollars, billions of dollars. This country, this is the richest country in the world, cannot
your pockets, and why don't you fund the police yourself? So you can actually have a private city, you fucking asshole. Say something.
In the richest country in the world, we can't afford Medicare for all.
Yourself, big boy. Sell your car. Because we're here for human rights. Why are you here? We are here for human rights. People are dying. People are getting shot. And you want to sit there and look stupid in your deal. You don't even look cool. How do you spell racist? B-H-Q-Z. Fuck, there's too many H's here to chance. Got the shade.
Am I okay to move over there? I would like to get a shot of the hecklers here.
You pay your workers daily, huh? You wouldn't be here if your workers are paid daily. Come over here with the top. Come over here with the top. You want to die? Come over here. There's not the civil discourse right here. Right fucking here. You want a civil discourse? Come over. Let's do it. Let's do it. Come on. You're not a guy. That's why you're cooking.
You have a group of hecklers over here.
It's crazy to me that you see fashions on the street and protesters on the sidewalk and you're mad at us? No, it's not. It's not a twist. It's a fucking hole.
They were just chanting, give the police a raise, give the cops a raise, is what they were saying.
So that's what
Which
right there.
is crazy.
Fighting fascism.
As you can see, the residents of Beverly Hills police are actually standing with the police, not standing with the protesters. Gotta find my cameraman here, see if I can find my cameraman. Are we still live? It's still going? So wait, how many goes? 46. This is on my couch. They might be on Churro Network. Chuck Churro Network. They got like one or two protesters left. Yeah, on the ground over there. This is the last one over there. Are you good to move up with me? I got you. I got you.
I feel like there's some rules not getting in your hand, but whatever.
Okay, I'll be there in about 10 minutes.
It's not a work. You
You know what amazes me? Is the guy with the bullhorns instigating all these people on. He's not got his ass out there to get arrested. I wonder why he's not out there.
Some people have to keep the organization. I don't know. I know there was about 30 to 50 people out here, and the police responded in this way. What do you feel about this police response?
I haven't seen any violence by the police. So, I see protesters that are blocking the street, and the police have to clear the street. That's what I see. They're exercising their right to protest, and the police are upholding the law. I don't see violence by the police at all. So,
Do you see violence by the protesters?
not a bit. Not a bit. I don't see any resisting anything.
What do you think of the protesters' message? This particular group is called the Black Future Project. They're actually not affiliated with Black Lives Matter, although they are for black justice, but they also tie the economics into it. What do you think of that?
Well, I think that they have a message to get out. I think that this may have not been the vehicle that they should have used tonight, because they're all getting arrested. I think that they would do much better. I think the guy with the bullhorn over here, I mean, he's picking fly shit out of pepper. You know, he's not even talking about anything important. You got to be laying out the message that they have rather than telling the police they're not wearing a mask. Jeez, yeah, calling the police names. Come on, say something important so that I can grasp onto it and maybe agree with it. But right now, I don't see anything that's of importance there.
I think that's a good criticism, sir. I think their message should be more solid message.
Yeah, if you're gonna have this, you have to have a message. Use logic and rhetoric. Argue with me. Show me why you're right, and maybe I'll support you. But see, I'm a product of the 1960s. It was my generation that said anybody over 30 couldn't be trusted. So it's 50 years later, same bullshit. Okay, we're going. Nice talking with you.
Thank you, sir. Looks like officers are kettling again. I will get out of the way since I am a member of the press here. So now it's not just off the street, it's off the grass now. And there's a few people left. They're starting to form a circle around the grass over here. They're arresting more people. So they are progressing into, they are making another circle, kettling again. We're gonna gather some protesters here. Some of the protesters got out of the way. It looks like they're still kettling. So you can see that there's one protester over there. This is so ridiculous. This is so ridiculous. It was literally 30 to 50 protesters, and then they made this whole scene. Whenever the police come, they incite more conflict. There's more conflict when, oh my gosh, okay, so we got... So we got a group, NLG here. They're not letting NLG out. You're not going to let the legal observers out? They are not letting the NLG walk out of the police line.
Now they're even detaining the lawyers.
They are about to detain NLG, Lawyers Guild, legal observers of this protest, Black Future Project protest.
Lawyers Guild is always there to ensure violating the law. So it's always good to see those green hats. That's where I was 30 seconds ago.
NLGs are the ones in the green hats.
Without a fucking mask!
Put a mask on! Got no mask on. What you doing? How can we get a citation with no mask if you don't have one on?
Yeah, this is a public. This is not on the street anymore. This is people who are. These are people who are on on the trail. They are on the trail. Now this gentleman who was just running. Oh, now they're not letting him out. Oh, they got him. They got him. Yep, the guy who was just jogging just got rounded up. Now he's about to get arrested with the group, and now he can experience what those protesters are experiencing. They're not letting press out. They're not letting NLG out. They're not letting the lawyers get out. Look.
Look at that.
They almost didn't let. You almost got arrested with the protesters. You almost experienced what the protesters were experiencing. See now? See now, even residents aren't even being let through to their houses now. Residents aren't even being let through to their houses right now. This gentleman right here, he's a resident. He's not being let through to his house. You're not being let through?
No, I am. But they're just telling me to go around because they think it's dangerous, you know?
It's not dangerous.
Yeah, but like, it's just. Hold on a second. I'm being interviewed. Hold on. Bye. They're just taking standard protocol, you know? There's nothing you can do.
Don't you think it's a little ridiculous? The guys with guns or the police?
It's 100% very ridiculous. I agree with you. There's a little overkill, you know?
Yeah.
But with what's going on and how you know what I mean?
Yes.
They're just tripping out, man.
Yeah.
Well,
thousands of taxpayer money just got, especially through that helicopter.
That's cap.
That's a lot of money.
That's cap.
That's a lot of money.
That's cap. Burning our
It's
tax
total
money.
crap. No, they couldn't even tell us like what was open and what wasn't.
No,
I said, look, this is public property.
Yeah,
and then you cite a law that
You're
says
right.
we're not allowed to be here.
You're 100%
because
right.
you said it was an unlawful assembly
But guys, you have
down
to
the street. That
understand,
has nothing to do with it.
I 100% agree with you guys, but you guys have to understand there's a lot of like violent people in peaceful protests. Like,
Not
for example,
necessarily, though.
Sometimes
You had,
though,
like, 2 months
you
ago,
have
a
one
different
person. You have
contingent,
one
though.
person that ruins it for everyone else, though.
Just like these fucking cops.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
But
It's 100% wrong
the
what
fact
they're
that they
doing.
don't know what laws they're enforcing right now is endemic of the problem
I
going
agree.
on. You're a member
I
of the
agree.
community, and they
I
wouldn't
agree
even let you
100%.
through.
You're 100% right.
So-
I'm 100% on your side.
If they were
I
doing
100%
better
stand with what
policing-
you guys stand
Cool,
for.
man. Well, yeah,
I
thank you for
agree with
being out here.
Of course, man. Anytime.
'Cause,
I
you know,
just
the
think
reaction's
they're
very-
being a little overprotective just because
Yeah.
like last 3 weeks ago like Antifa was going nuts here.
Yeah, that was a different organization.
Exactly.
So this was
But you have to
like,
keep
a
in mind
peaceful
what
protest.
they do is they dress like peaceful protesters and they come and mess stuff up. You
And
know?
most of the time they're fucking cops.
That could be possible too.
It's very possible.
No, you
Believe me,
never know.
In
You
the
never
work,
know with this world.
Well, in the work that I do, I
Yeah.
get to see it all the time, right?
I bet you do.
And so I get to see these people dressed up as black bloc, go and run around the corner,
I have a quick question
put on
for you
their
then.
cop uniforms, and then go and join the police line.
I have a quick question
Happens
for
all
you.
the time.
Did you know 800,000 children go missing a year in the United States of America?
I actually was aware of that.
How crazy is that?
Fucking insane, man.
Don't you think we should do something to stop that?
Yes.
Of course we should.
But it's sad that nobody talks about it.
The police aren't doing shit.
People
No
are
one-
starting to talk about
People
it
are.
finally, at
People
least,
are starting to like realize that it's a big problem.
They can't just keep killing people like Epstein and get away with it, right?
Exactly.
Exactly.
So you guys know what's up.
Just
No,
laying.
everyone here is wide awake.
But
We
these
all
guys are
understand.
protecting those fucking pedophiles.
Exactly,
They
dude.
don't fuck those pedophiles.
There's a
I
reason
fucking hate
Hollywood
them.
gets
I
to
wish
do
they
everything.
all get lined up and like, you know what I mean, arrested and go to prison.
Oh, look, they're moving again.
That's disgusting. Good luck, guys. Please be safe. Okay?
Hey, man, thank you.
Please be safe.
We will.
Were y'all in that group that was just in the?
It's cool, like, you know,
What the hell was that? That's like a public walkway, right? That you guys are part of NLG. We're legal to be there, right? It's legal to be there. We're not on the street.
We went there and then they blocked it.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. The neighborhood is cheering on the police for their excessive display of authoritarianism. police are now leaving. We are in Beverly Hills again, once again. A lot of the neighbors are in support of the police. One gentleman was saying that Antifa was out here. I didn't hear about that. I did not hear about that. I know Black Future Project was out here about 3 weeks ago, but they weren't doing anything. I have the whole recording. You can go back to my other live stream on True Rebel Network. You have the whole time what they were doing. They're just marching and playing music until late at night. And yeah, I mean, there was a curfew back then too, and now again curfew. But this time they started rounding up protesters right before curfew, around 8 o'clock, 8:30 o'clock, and what we're seeing here is a lot of police for little amounts of protesters. This is what's happening. Okay. He's there. Alright, you'll be safe. Look flying, not sure. Probably should. Take care. So we have the LA County Sheriff Department bus here, all the protesters are being taken to this bus. So if they really have 30 people in there, then you got 30 people in an enclosed space during a pandemic in which President Donald Trump has started wearing a face mask. Woo! After months of telling people of not wearing a face mask, now he's telling his constituents to wear a face mask. Talk about a flip-flop. Talk about a flip-flop. Now he's telling people to wear face masks. It's pretty funny. It's pretty funny. Pretty funny. And we are here. Still here, recording. And the battery is low. But they are rounding up everybody. They're still in the middle of the street, so this street still isn't open. Protesters are gone. Police are still here. Sheriff's Department, LAPD, Beverly Hills PD, all working hand in hand. It took 3 different law enforcement agencies to take down 30 to 50 protesters. This is pretty crazy. Curfew is at 9 p.m.
What?
Curfew is at 9.
They started arresting people before 9 p.m.
They started arresting people before 9 p.m. before curfew. So I don't know what that tells you. They called it an unlawful assembly. a lot of these people here are actually residents, and the police are still out here staring us down, staring all these people down.
Wait, so we're gonna go protest over there if you want to join us.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll cover it.
No, we're gonna talk to the sergeant.
Oh.
Really? I'll
He's the
cover
boss
that.
right now.
I'll cover that for sure. So they took down James Butler and the other gentleman with the dread.
Yeah. They arrested him like first. They arrested him right away.
Yeah. And are you with Black Future Project?
No, I just found out about this too.
Okay.
How did you find out?
So right now there are around 30 protesters in this bus, zip-tied, handcuffed, and like I said, the zip ties are worse because these officers just put them as tight as you can, and then your hands are sideways and in pain until they write you a citation. For mine, when I got arrested on May 30th for being a journalist and got kettled, my zip ties were on for 2.5 hours, 2 hours. 2 hours, and let me tell you, those are worse than the metal ones. I've been in both. The plastic ones are way worse because they dig into your skin, and when they try to take you out, they dig the scissors into your skin to like take it out. So, and all because I was being a journalist. I shouldn't have to face that. I'm in a class action lawsuit right now, LAPD, for their actions, and they're actually out here doing the same bullshit, doing the same shit. I don't think they arrested any journalists. It was all protesters, as far as I know. I know they arrested multiple protesters, around 30 protesters. And we have the Sheriff Department, LAPD, and Beverly Hills Police Department, all hand in hand. It takes 3 law enforcement agencies to take down a group of 30 peaceful protesters. Non-violent protesters. You could say blocking a roadway is not peaceful. And they're done. All these resources, helicopter. Look at all these cars. Look at all these police cars. Look at all these resources just to take down 30 to 50 police officers. Why can't there be a leader here to just speak with the protesters, try to work something out? They will not. They will not do that. My battery's running really low. I might have to cut this feed here soon. But it's basically over. Protesters are gone. Police are still just standing in the streets. Even though all protesters are gone. The only people here are residents. A lot of people here are residents. The big controversy with the Black Future Project was that they were marching through Beverly Hills, and it turns out that most of Beverly Hills is a lot of immigrants, Jewish Iranians, people of that culture, and Black Future Project leadership actually got an email. You can see this on their Instagram at Black Future Project. They got an email from the head of the police asking, what's their purpose? Because this is anti-Semitic. Basically what they were saying is that it was anti-Semitic of them to protest in Beverly Hills. Is basically what they were saying. Now, me personally, I would be like, all right, well, if it's factual that it is mostly people out of this country, well, maybe we should go and target specific, celebrities and or capitalists that have a big hand in what is going on. The other criticism you heard from one of the residents here is that the guy in the megaphone is not speaking well, but that guy's not like a main leader. It's hard to get the message through when the main people who speak, because not everyone's a public speaker, gets taken away. So that gentleman, it's kind of like talking shit about the cops. Whatever, who cares? But you're not the people who are listening, the people whose minds you can change. are they're not going to like that because they're very close-minded / ignorant / privileged for living in Beverly Hills. They don't understand the struggles of the 99%. You know, they don't understand that 30 million Americans have gone on unemployment right now. They don't understand that in the richest country in the world, we cannot give our residents Medicare for all, a UBI, and help during a pandemic. A pandemic, an invisible enemy, is killing capitalism. They had to inject so much money into the stock market. The PPP loans, all those went to corporations. Barely any small businesses saw any of those loans. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. And on top of it, you have police killing black people. So many black people in brutal ways, putting their knees to their necks. Black people turn up hanging and they get called suicides. And this is the year 2020. We are in the 21st century, and these problems are still going on. It's a big issue. And that's why people are protesting. That's why people are protesting. Are you residents here?
Yeah.
I like your opinion on this. Are you interested in providing your opinion? 1 second. Hey, it's okay if I show your face?
Absolutely.
Who am I speaking with here?
My name is Sam.
Sam, as you see, the Beverly Police Department, along with Los Angeles Police Department, along with the LA Sheriff's County Department, have just dispersed and arrested, detained 30 to 50 protesters. We have a helicopter out here. We have a SWAT truck out here. We have multiple police out here. We have around 50 police is what I got, and multiple police cars here. It's a lot of taxpayer money being used. What do you think about all this police action?
It's perfect. We won't have Portland here. At least Beverly Hills stands up to keep peace, keep the normal people being able to live a normal life. We won't have how Portland is and their poor response in dealing. That's your opposite if they don't do it. If they don't act like this, we'll have that, and it'll cost taxpayers quite a bit more. It'll destroy the economy, it'll destroy people's lives. COVID will get worse. So they're doing a fantastic job.
You don't think that, in regards to the economy, the CARES Act that just got passed, they got passed a few months ago. They had unemployment going on up until an extra additional amount of unemployment going up until the end of July, the end of this month. There's 30 million Americans unemployed right now. There's this whole immigrant workforce that's not receiving any of the benefits from the employment, but still are participating in our economy. What do you think about the economics of the situation? This group in particular, what do you think about the economics in general of the United States?
Well, it's very simple. You have a very corrupt system where the Democrats have fooled the public. The issue here is people having opportunity to succeed. They don't succeed because they don't have the education. The education in California is run by Democrats. You have a supermajority that is completely by Democrats. We have a 50% dropout rate in our school system in Los Angeles when you go into the inner cities. The inner cities need funding. They need good school system. They need the police. Getting rid of the police is not the answer. You gotta be stupid. The politicians are stupid. Garcetti, he's stupid. The issue is education. But no one will discuss education. Because why? They are the biggest backers of Democrats. They're the people who run the city. the labor unions. But if people don't have a good education, they'll never have the opportunity. You have laws that ruin families. They encourage single moms to have more kids. They get more money for doing it. It's all backwards. It should be towards making people have more opportunity. We need to change this protest to create it about how to create opportunity. It's not about the police.
I agree, sir. And this protest, this organization in particular, Black Future Project, they actually tie economics into it. The fact is that the United States government actually passed the NDA, National Defense Authorization Act, giving about 60 to 70% of our budget to military, and only like less than 3% goes to education. I think that's the problem, and that's a bipartisan effort. That's Democrats and Republicans both in that. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, you're completely wrong. What you just said is complete lies, because 30% of California's budget by law has to go to education. So every tax dollar, 30% of it goes to education. So it's not 3%. I don't know where you get 3% because that's completely...
That's nationwide.
Well, we're talking about California. We're in California. We have one of the worst school systems. We have the same inequalities, even though we're spending 30% of our tax dollars. We are being taxed more than any other state and spend 30% of it, and the rest of the country is spending 3%, as you have said, but we still have the same exact problems. So it comes down to politics. It comes down to a school system that is designed for teachers and not for students. It's designed for taxes that don't encourage students to do better. Starts with attack.
Go ahead. Sorry.
It goes with creating an environment where people in the inner city can succeed. When you live in the inner city and you give them opportunities, they will succeed.
So what are your thoughts on the CIA who, institutionally, they created the drug in the 80s. They brought cocaine in from Colombia. They gave guns to the dealers here in the quote unquote inner city metro area. What are your thoughts on that? Because it's not the people's fault that this system is failing. This is the richest country in the world. How can we not afford Medicare for all, universal basic income, more education for our citizens?
It's very simple. It has nothing to do with the CIA in the 80s. That doesn't come back 40 years ago to today's time. The issue is laws that keep people down, laws that don't allow jobs to succeed, laws that keep the workforce from making money. You have to give people opportunities. The biggest equalizer is education. You have to start there. When people are better educated, they have a better, stronger community support system, they will succeed. More people will succeed. So the issues come, what are the laws that keep individuals from having the community support? What are the laws we have to put in to give community support? What do we have to do to give them a better education? It's not about what happened in the 80s. That has nothing to do with it. It's what you can do today. Today you have to change these politicians who, like always, have diverted our attention from the real issue.
Okay, I agree with that. A lot of the politicians, they're all bought out, paid for, I believe, on both Democrats and Republican side. They both passed the NDAA, which I said again is it's a lot of money for the military. What is your thoughts on the money for the military? I'm not sure aware of your cultural background, but the United States has been involved in multiple coups d'etats in multiple countries, installing their own U.S.-friendly leader in those countries.
I come from a country that the U.S. has tried that. I come from a country that I had to leave because the military did that. But we have to stay focused on what the issue is. We have to not be looking all over the place. We have to be laser focused at what this protest, what the upswing of emotions is people don't have opportunities.
Yeah.
You have a much bigger, rich, and a lot fewer, we have a lot fewer rich people and a lot more people that are poor. So what we're doing, whatever we've done, doesn't matter if you're a Republican, you're a Democrat, it hasn't worked. These people don't know how to run a country. All the politicians don't know how to run a country. And the reason is because we lose our focus of what the issues are. The issues are poverty. What can you do? How can you have a state like California who has $1 million for building one apartment for the homeless?
Right.
$1 million.
That's a construction, yes.
For
yeah.
building an apartment for a homeless. In Texas, it's $10,000. How incompetent are these people? One is $1 million, one is $10,000.
Yep.
Okay?
You're absolutely
That's
right.
the issue. It's not the police. Police keep us safe. 99% of them are good, decent people. There's bad apples everywhere. Doesn't matter what you do. There are bad, horrible people regardless of what you do. But you have to change the politicians. You have to get rid of all the Democrats, the Republicans. You have to demand for the right things. And it's not getting rid of the police. It's demanding opportunity for people who don't have it.
Okay, so what about rethinking public safety? Like, let's say police don't handle calls that regard homeless people, or don't handle domestic disputes, or don't handle certain things that when police go, it really escalates the situation. Do you think social workers can be brought into the system and police maybe take a step back?
Absolutely not. Okay, I work in managing apartment buildings. I had 2 months ago someone who did manslaughter in a DUI, and he was let out of jail after 8 months for manslaughter. So when our government is letting out 17,000 people, including people who have committed vehicle manslaughter while being under DUI, I'm sorry. I don't believe in it. Why don't they have the government be protected by social workers? Why don't they change the escort? Why don't you change the protection for these mayors, governor into social worker? Let's see how long that idea will last.
I see what you're saying. All right, sir. Well, we have a few differences of opinion, but I appreciate the conversation.
My pleasure.
Thank you. So we can see the differences of opinion. There were some things that I was okay with, but mostly, I mean, you gotta change the police. You gotta, we gotta rethink public safety. We gotta rethink public safety. Is anyone aware of any protests going on later or in any other time? It's Black Future Project? Anything like that? No? I got you. Do we know which police station they're going to? Is it Beverly Hills?
Yeah, they're going down there to Beverly Hills. It's that way.
I got you. Thank you. All right, we're gonna head out. Thank you so much for joining us. This is Beverly Hills. You saw the police reaction to 30 to 50 protesters. Most of the residents were wrong that they were being violent. They were not being violent. They weren't being peaceful. They were causing disruption to the street, disruption of traffic, and cussing out cops. But who cares about that? That's our First Amendment right. they weren't destroying property, they weren't being violent. So here we are, Jonny Tsunami, aka Jonny Tsunami, Jonathan Mayorca, of the Convo Couch and True Rebel Network, signing out. Thank you so much. Didn't get arrested, thank God. Take care.